Hello everyone and welcome back to another Black Desert Global Lab patch notes reading for April 25th. So, the past few weeks have been either depressing or happy depending on what class you play. And of course there's more balance changes that we're going to look through today and a bunch of other stuff. So, I haven't looked through the patch notes yet. I kind of skimmed it, but I haven't read anything in detail. So if you want to read any of this, this is translated from Korean to English, and if you want to read it yourself, I'll leave a link in the description. So, Global Lab patch notes reading. Whatever happens here comes to live servers in about 5 days from now, next week, and we're seeing how this goes. All right, so what's first? Sorcerer getting changed. This one is Awakening. Awakening just looks like damage increases, so PvE buffs for Sorc. That's probably good, to be honest. I don't really have too much experience with Sorc, but these numbers are bigger than the other one, so that's a buff. Zerkers. Lord have mercy. Before I read this, what is happening with Zerkers? Listen, I know Zerkers say they need buffs, but they really don't. You have the passive. I think overall, Berserkers have the best overall kit for both PvP and PvE. The damage might not be at the top, but your kit in terms of like survivability and everything is just really good. So, every class has a trade-off, and your damage is not the highest, but they get survivability and high movement. That's the trade-off. But let's see. Succession looks like cooldown effect has been changed from 5 to 6. That's 1 second difference. And then skill cooldown change from 4.5, 4, 3.5. So every level goes down 0.5 until the end to 6 seconds. So for, let me see, this is Succession. Succession looks like it's getting cooldown nerfed, but at the same time, the damage is, that's a lot. Like going from almost 5,000 to 7,500. That seems like a huge difference, actually. That's interesting. So cooldowns are a little bit slower, but the damage goes up. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, because Zerker's always had a fast playstyle. Now it's a little bit slower, in line with a lot of other classes, but do more damage. I feel like this is going to be an overall very good buff, simply because they have the survivability. And, like everything is already protected. So, like, you're just doing fat damage and now you survive longer. Even if you have to fly in the air or just run around for 2 extra seconds and then you still one-shot people, that seems like a good change, actually. So, Awakening. All right. I don't know. I think people play a mix of both. So like some classes, there's literally one choice or the other in terms of meta. But I think for Berserkers, both of them are actually played on the regular. So let's see what's happening for Awakening. Skill cooldown from 10,987 to 9,876. A 1 second difference for all of them. Flow Ancient Wave, 15 to 13 seconds. Bro, have you guys ever gotten hit by a full-on Ancient Wave? That's just like 100 to 0 in your health and you just die. So that's scary. Flow was linked so it can be chained immediately after. Dude, I've been playing this game for so long. If you ever gotten hit by an Ancient Wave before, you just know your health bar is just done. So with that said, damage buffs. Interesting. I think all around this was is it a necessary buff for Zerkers? Probably not. Is it a good one for them? Yeah. For both Succession and Awakening? Yep. I think Zerkers will probably be happy with that one. And Tamer. I don't understand the translation. This is Google translated goldfish to tamer, but interesting. Evasion rate when doing certain skills is up. Cooldown reduced. That's good. Damage buffed for everything. I wish I knew how to play Tamer, admittedly, but all I know for Tamer is hailing. The thing CCs you, and Tamer damage is cracked, and you die. That's how you get. If you get CC'd by the dog, you're done. That's how I understand PvP with Tamer. But yeah, these are all damage buffs, so it seems good. Admittedly, I don't see too many Tamers around, but I think that's a step in the right direction. Like this feels like it's deserved. Zerker one's kind of questionable. Plum. This one is MAEHWA, I believe. Yeah, these red moons and yeah, okay, all these MAEHWA. Damage increased. Wait, so hold on. You know, look at all of this before. I know this doesn't translate 1-to-1, but it's like here's Zerker damage going from 1500 times 2 to 4500 times 2 or times 1, so it should be like a lot. And then this one is just like here plus 700, whatever that means, because there's no numbers in this game. You'd never even know if it works properly. Okay, so small damage increases per hit, which is awesome. I actually think that MAEHWA's kind of needed a buff. Like from when I played it on seasonal and a little bit after, I feel like the damage should be buffed a little bit. So I think this is a good one. Awakening. First hit change to always trigger as an additional. Decrease or added. Change to all defense power decreased by 30 for 10 seconds. This seems like an important skill. I remember seeing this icon. And so it went from all AP up to all DP up for 30 seconds. I don't think that's particularly good, but I mean, it's not like a bad one. This seems like a PvP change. All DR effect has been removed. Oh. And damage. Wait, hold on. The flow. They just got rid of the second hit damage. I see. Sometimes I wonder where these changes even come from. Not gonna lie. Damage has been changed. BSR abilities have been nerfed. Well, the first hit has been nerfed, so you have to hit all 3 of them for it to matter. Otherwise, you are doing less damage than before. If 2 and 3 don't hit, but if they do, that's good. But if your first one, if you just miss your BSR, it's, you know, it's not great. All right, so Valkyrie. Believe it or not, Valkyrie was the first ever class I played in this game when it came out in 2016. And I know a little bit of it, but that's about it. Cooldown change. You can flow more smoothly, I believe. Same with this one. Let's see, are these numbers better? Yep, that just admittedly, I don't know these skills by memory, but these numbers are bigger, and that seems like it's better. All right, Wizard and Witch. Didn't Witch get a huge buff last week? And then it's like S tier now. I'm not sure about the other change, but let's see. Wizard and Witch, they shared the same skills. The only difference from Prime, Elemental, Flow is how two classes would be used, and basically which elements do you like is dependent on what do you play. Do you want to play like fire and water or earth and lightning? And then really about it. All right, so a lot of cooldown changes. Damage changes for the better. Wizard cooldown changes. Wait, hold up. Change from 18 to 30. 12 seconds is actually a lot. 12 to 20 is a lot too. I see. Wizards are probably not happy with that. When using the second stage of the skill, third stage is reduced by 2 seconds. Third stage is reduced by 6 seconds. That just seems unnecessary. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you're a new player and you don't know what you're doing, 4-second difference probably doesn't mean a lot. But if you know how to play your class and you know the flows of everything, 4 seconds is actually a huge difference in terms of your skill rotation. So this just seems really unnecessary, not gonna lie. Damage, since you can't use it as much, it probably got like, that seems like it's a good change, but I don't know. Which skill cooldown from 11 to 10, it's probably good. And then damage up. Didn't they just get buffed and they got buffed again? What's happening? I would love to see Perlibus like behind the scenes number testing. Striker. Dude, does Striker really need a buff after Dark Knight got a nerf? Man, that's like in an equal scenario, Dark Knight will never beat a Striker or Mystic. And then here we are. Oh my goodness. Change to reduce damage when used during cooldown. That's how it should be for every skill, every class that has spammables. You know, Dark Knight has this the huge like bomb ability, Spirit's Legacy. That's always been like that, but Strikers have been able to do this the entire time. What, like, they could spam it and it does full damage. That, dude, what is happening? Okay, and then damage increases with the flow. Modified to fit the attack range. I'm not sure if Strikers really needed a buff, not gonna lie. But okay. Nova. Awakening Nova has been adjusted. Let's see what's actually changed. On guard and her sting. So this is Awakening between Scythe and Rapier. So basically, when you see that pink circle that goes to 100, you press your E button, you're like super cracked, and then you do fat damage. And now they're nerfing that. Oh no. Why? I think Nova was fine the way it was, simply because Nova is a high skill gap class. So if you knew how to play it, you're doing really well. But now they're like toning this down for some reason. It's one of those things that just doesn't make sense to me. This felt like, it feels unnecessary, but here we are. The ability to link the Cruel Ring has been changed after all attacks have been applied. Weird change. Change that the character no longer rotates during the camera direction. Okay, down smash has been removed. Ooh, down attacks are probably the strongest CCs in this game. You know, like you down attack someone and usually they're down for like 2 seconds or something. But like if you stiffen or something, that's kind of irrelevant. So down smash getting nerfed is actually a huge change, but it can be used on cooldown. That's whatever, dude. Like, give this back. This is the only one that matters. recovery, and all the other additional abilities. Super armor has been removed. Added stiffness. And knockdown effect on successful last hit. Keep in mind, it says last hit. If you don't hit that last one, these are not even here. So blame lag when things happen. All defensive effects have been removed. One hit, change from 3.3 to 3.8. Yeah, this... It doesn't seem like it's equal. I'm trying to think of a situation where it's like, before you had, you know, super armor, which is usually pretty good in a game where every class has full CC protection, immunity, and all that stuff. Okay. Attack range has been reduced. Isn't that the point of Nova? Like your fast-paced, high action, big AoE, high skill gap, and then they're nerfing that. Attack range has been reduced. Oof. Oh no. Usually the classes that have big AoEs were always really good. So like, well, yeah, just anything with high AoEs is good. And these seem like all the important skills have smaller AoEs now. Wait, hold on. How long have we been? This is a wall of text. What's happening? These are like all the important skills. Okay, so wait. I saw some numbers go up and some numbers go down. Let me look at this. Most numbers going up. Comet went from 4 hits to 2, which I think is a good thing. And all of that's going up. Acceleration went down. This is why we need numbers in video games. Like, you know how, let's say you do a normal attack on an enemy, you should see a number. Like every other RPG game, every other MMO. That way you can tell if something actually works properly. All these numbers, I have no idea. But, you know, I would rather have the original damage. But all these changes in terms of like AoEs and then the different protection skills getting changed in Nerf, this just does not seem like a good one. You're like, yeah, sure, you got some damage increase at the cost of your survivability, which questionable. All right, Drakania. Skill cooldown, 12 to 8. That's good. Damage increase. That's good. So this seems like a PvE change. Sure. I know from my experience, Drakanias have been really good at PvP, and then they got toned down for PvP, but then their PvE was lacking, so this change... Do I think it'll help a lot? Probably not, but I think this is, you know, nothing went wrong, so, you know, nothing got nerfed, which is always a good thing. So yeah, ooh, that's a questionable day. Some classes got deserved buffs, some classes got unjustified buffs, and some classes got nerfed. It is what it is. Trust me, I felt that the other week when Dark Knight got nerfed. All right, next, let's talk about some lighter news. Heavy-duty sailor fishing. I assume this means that you can hire, you know how like you can hire a sailor, you can hire something that auto fishes on your boat while you AFK. A new sailor has joined the inferior Carrack, letting you fish while you sail. Recently introduced the Carrack auto fishing in the dev updates. While earning extra revenue, it simply doesn't rely on fishing mastery. This is going to be either really good or it's going to be so bad at launch it's not worth it. I hope it's good. I hope everyone here makes some more silver. Everyone is already making like at least $1 bill a night fishing. So if that means people are actually fishing in the ocean now and making like $1.5 billion minimum, that's good. All right, so we mentioned the chance of catching a prize grade fish was capped at 1%. We've buffed it to 3%, to make landing those valuable fish even more exciting. Wow, 1% to 3%. Exciting. Dude, I'm just so disappointed right now. Like, if people actually unironically think 3% is good, it's not good. Anyway, let's see. You have to have a sailor on and then the fishing rod. So I assume that the quest objective to give 200 crow coin exchange for the fishing rod. 200 coral coins, isn't that hard? That's like 30 seconds of bartering. Interesting. So basically TLDR is rare treasures in the ocean went from 1 to 3%, and now you can fish and auto fish and get more silver, which in theory is a good thing. But will it really be a good thing? We'll find out next week. Weekly fishing competition. So, weekly fishing competition every week to target species of one treasure thingy updated every week. You get 20 lunch boxes. That's it's like 400 mil, not bad. Condensed magic black crystals, it's pretty good. 20 wave essence, good. Trash gold, whatever. When you win first place, you get a title. Oh, that's cool. In the default color of blue. Titles are contested things in this game. You know, obviously, you want the colored titles. You win first place, and you get a blue title. I was watching Choice the other week. He won first place in the hardcore server, or hardcore thing, for that event, right? That title is so bad, and it's not even permanent. I was like, wow. I understand why people just went on to hardcore server, did your daily quest to get like, X amount of kills in and out, 20 minutes or less. And yeah, that explains so much. Second place, man, it's whatever. If you like fishing, it's probably a nice thing to do. Can be obtained from placing first to third and be exchanged for items in the thing. Pink dolphin statue. Sky blue color. For winning first to third 20 times. So that's going to take you 20 weeks, I assume. Unless these wave essences are... How did they Google translate this wrong? And it's the same words, essence of waves and wave essence. What in the world? Okay, well. Anyway, cool new housing items. They look nice. Pink dolphin. I have yet to catch one of these, actually. I want that free 1 bill. Alright, so new elixirs for fishing, mastery, and XP. That's always good. It's kind of like the horse riding ones, but for fishing. That's nice. Every week they're going to change the kind of fish you can catch for the event. That's cool. Guild League records. Okay. Guild League changing. Items. Exchange for 100 potential leader auras can be exchanged for an item. changed to 1 gold bar per 100 mileage. During the regular maintenance on Wednesday, all existing mileage will be reset. Please take note. Okay. All right. So monster changes. Burning Embers of Echo. I assume that's the thing to make Ator shoes. Has been added to the Tungrad Ruins in City of the Dead. Buddy, that is like 2 years late. Maybe more. These literally sit on the market, at least here on NA. So if you're going for Ator shoes, you can literally just buy the flame now. Maybe not the full one, but you can buy the embers. All right. During the battle with the Golden Pig King, the individual, Donghae is like Calamity 1 through 10 now, right? There's no party one, so like why did they say individual? Either way, I assume this means with Calamity 8 to 10 because that's the new one. The phenomenon of being judged as having left a battle or like the golden ring has been changed. Dude, I have been attempting Golden Pig King 8 to 10, and I have to say that is one of the worst fights I've ever done. It's not even the damage or anything. Like, my gear is fine. It's just like a boring fight. All you do is dodge. Do you know how to use iframes on your class? Then the fight is not that bad. The hardest part of this is when he just charges like 3 times in a row, and sometimes like it says, "Oh, you're out of the ring," and it's not. That is what is changing. So yeah, weird. Either way, this is an annoying boss. If you're new to Black Shrine bosses, start with Sangoon. You'll be fine. Knowledge UI changes. UI change. Let's see. Oh, so basically it only showed gear score. Now it shows your total. That's actually a good change because there's a way to do it in game now, but it's kind of like you have to go out of your way to do it, and now you just click one button. This is a very good change, actually, believe it or not. Like, for all the people who min-max and people who are looking to get better, this is a very good change. So you'll be able to see your total full buffed stats now. And yeah, this is very good. These are the things we want, not the nerfs. Arena of Solaire replays, new UI, guild quests. This thing, you can no longer go into the Elvia realm with the boat out. Same with Abyssal Well. That should have been there day one, but it is what it is. And bug fixes. So these are very individual. Wait, I actually got this the other day. I got my primordial soul from our shy. That cost like 40 billion, by the way. And plus the Garmoth Star. I'm pretty sure to get my Sovereign soul was probably about like 70 billion for the reform stones, all the materials, the upgrades, and everything else. So we're working on our shy slowly, and I got mine. The number of unusable was displayed different, has been fixed. I was thinking about tagging. Maybe I'll do that next week if the event didn't end. All of these look like individual issues that you have to like go out of your way for. But yeah, anyway, man, and like I'm trying to just like TLDR this patch notes, and like, what did I just read? They have class balance again. You're either happy or you're not happy about that. Fishing competition weekly. That's, I think it's a good thing. Sure, why not? Doesn't hurt anyone. UI changes. Very good one, actually. And then that's about it. So, dude, this today was it is a weird thing. Like, I still haven't gotten over the Dark Knight changes. It wasn't even involved in this week, so now people will know what I felt like 1 or 2 weeks ago. Anyway, with that said, hope you guys have a fantastic day. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.